Hello everyone, this is a reading from homily number 32 on the Gospel of Matthew by St. John Chrysostom. I'm starting around the beginning of section 2, actually with just the beginning of section 2, and the reading goes as follows. And as they went out, it is said, behold, they brought unto him a dumb man possessed with a devil. For the affliction was not natural, but the device of the evil spirit. Wherefore also he needs others to bring him, for he could neither make entreaty himself being speechless, nor supplicate others when the evil spirit had bound his tongue, and together with his tongue had fettered his soul. For this cause neither doth he require faith of him, but straightway heals the disease. For when the devil was cast out, it saith, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, it was never so seen in Israel. Now this especially vexed the Pharisees, that they preferred him to all, not only that then were, but that had ever been. And they preferred him not for his healing, but for his doing it easily and quickly, and to diseases innumerable and incurable. And thus the multitude, but the Pharisees quite contrariwise, not only disparaging the works, but saying things contradictory to themselves, and not ashamed. Such a thing is wickedness. For what say they? He casteth out devils through the prince of devils. What can be more foolish than this? For in the first place, as he also saith further on, it is impossible that a devil should cast out a devil, for that being is wont to repair what belongs to himself, not to pull it down. But he did not cast out devils only, but also cleansed lepers, and raised the dead, and curbed the sea, and remitted sins, and preached the kingdom, and brought men unto the Father, things which a demon would never either choose or at any time be able to effect. For the devils bring men to idols, and withdraw them from God, and persuade them to disbelieve the life to come. The devil doth not bestow kindness when he is insulted, forasmuch as even when not insulted he harms those that court and honor him. But he doeth the contrary. For after their insults and revilings, he went about, it is said, all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease. And so far from punishing them for their insensibility, he did not even simply rebuke them, at once both evincing his meekness, and so refuting the calumny, and at the same time minded also by the signs which followed to exhibit his proof more completely, and then to adduce also the refutation by words. He went about therefore both in cities and in countries and in their synagogues, instructing us to requite our calumniators, not with fresh calumnies, but with greater benefits. Since, if not for man's sake, but God's, thou doest good to thy fellow servants, whatsoever they may do, leave thou not off doing them good, that thy reward may be greater, since he surely, who upon their calumny leaves off his doing good, signifies that for their praise sake, not for God's sake, he applies himself to that kind of virtue. For this caused Christ to teach us that of mere goodness he had entered on this, so far from waiting for the sick to come to him, of himself hastened unto them, bearing them two of the greatest blessings, one the gospel of the kingdom, another the perfect cure of all their diseases. And not a city did he overlook, and not a village did he hasten by, but visited every place. And that is the end of the reading. And I did want to say one thing about the vocabulary here. There's a word in here that's very unusual. There's actually a couple of words. One is want. There's a part of the passage that says that being is wont to repair what belongs to himself, talking about the devil. And want is an older word for accustomed to, so we might say that being is accustomed to repair what belongs to himself, not to pull it down. And then the other one that appears a few more times is calumny. That's an older word for slander, or I guess you might see it occasionally in writings today, but it's more of a recondite word, more of an unusual word. And calumny, calumniate, these things are like slander, defamation, false accusation, that kind of thing. So when the passage is talking about calumny and calumniation, that's what it's talking about. So I think that's it for today. And may glory be to God for all things.